and the noise goes down. And the lights come on. Look at that. Oh my God. Yeah. I'm sorry. I should have had a fader. You know, when you fade in, I should have had it fade in. So, I mean, you just turn it on. I can't be responsible if this much handsomeness hits the screen all at once. I can't be responsible for that. I'm sorry. I'll get a fader. We'll bring it in gently. We got the voice coming on gently. We got the handsomeness coming. I can turn this down, but I can't turn it off. So no matter what, we're eventually, even with the fader, we're going to arrive at this. Are we not? I think we can all agree on that. All right. I'm so full of shit. Anyway, so... yeah, it's you know what? It's another Prohibition show. Bottom of the glass. The glass is empty. I'm already at the bottom of the glass. I am currently starting the production at the bottom of the glass. I'm not sure what my wife is trying to tell me. You know, there's whiskey glasses and there's lowball glasses, and you know, there's glasses you drink from that you know what drink comes in them. And this is the kind of stuff I'm getting. I'm not sure what my wife is trying. Even this one's empty. So it's Prohibition, another Prohibition show. No alcohol, no whiskey, no hooch, no nothing. Just smoking, stroking, joking, and token. If you got them, light them, because you're going to have to light one at each corner of your mouth. One for me, please, because I can't drink. Yeah. So I will start off the show real quick. No, that's a lie. I'm not starting up anything real quick. I don't even have it. God damn it. I was going to bring out one of the big glasses to show you guys how big these glasses are. These, do we have one out here? Do we have a style? Can you grab me one? We can have Mrs. Ford's last year's one. It'll show the style of it, but this is the last, this is it. June 1st, which is like in 2 days. I'm pulling these off of the store, just so you guys know. Let me grab this one. It's my lovely assistant. This is how big they are. Now I'll pull the paper out of this for you. This is how big they are. Are you paying attention? They're gigantic. They're not the little ones you find in bars. Little ones in bars are about this tall. They're 7 inches. This one's 9, and they're about an inch smaller. These are huge. Now this one is from last summer. This is one of last summer's, but I want you guys to see how big these are. Fucking huge, man. And they're heavy and they're expensive. I do apologize. They're heavy to ship. They're heavy to buy. They're heavy to spend. But they're real engraving. But this is it. If you want this year's Stein, this year's General's 9 inches, this year's Mrs. Fort Watten's lovely peach, you got to go, because today and tomorrow, and then I'm pulling them off the shelf. So this is it. If you want one, if you want an extra one, I will honor all the orders that come in. If I got to go get another case, I'll get another case. But that's it. Once we're done, we're done. So if you want to get one, this is every summer we do one, and this is the third one. If you have two and this is your third one, you need to go get it now. If this is your first one and you're starting a collection, then you figure out how to get one of the other ones later. But you got to start with this one. You got to start with the KGXT radio one. This is the kickoff for that station. Has the year on it. It's labeled. It's marked. It's numbered. Now it's not numbered, but it's numbered with the year. That kind of counts. Anyway, the staff will put all the moderators. I don't even know if does Facebook even have a moderator tonight? Is Sammy Jo even here? Is she present? Is she moderating? Or is this one of those things where she's driving home going, I promise I won't be late again. I love being a moderator. Don't fire me. I promise I won't be late again. You know, it's like the 15th time we're hearing, hey, Sammy, we got a show. Starts the same time. 6 o'clock, Los Angeles time. Every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sammy. Come on now. Let's go. I don't know where she's at. I don't even know if she's there, but the moderators can put up the links for you. Trippy, if you're lucky enough to have Trippy Pineapple as your moderator, it doesn't just go right to the website or to the merch page. No. Trippy links you right to the item. That's how concise he is. Good stuff there. So I want to talk about that and get that out of the way. Now, let me jump over. Before we get too sidetracked, everyone's got that. You're all sitting on the edge of your seats for the same thing. Don't pretend you don't know. Let's go to the drag and drop section of the program. Oh, look at that. Good Lord, it hit me right in the face. Help me, Lord Jesus. It hit me like you can't find out. Yeah. All right. So we all heard about the verdict today. Guilty as charged. Guilty on 34 counts. And depending on, it's really unusual. Let me get a sip here, hydrating myself. Hang on a second. Stand by, citizens. It's really, it's kind of like it's funny to see. Go look at the different channels. If you go to Fox News, this is the one from Fox News. But if you go to CNN or NBC or ABC, any of the websites, any of the thousands of websites, you can tell which ones automatically hate Trump. The picture of him, this says guilty and it's a picture of Trump. Okay, gets the message across. CNN had one of him in a crowd and turned his head turned down and he had a despondent look and it was a bit guilty on all 34 counts and 34 felony counts have all been. Okay, we got it. I screwed through a lot of those things and I was like, oh my God, Jesus Christ, Lord help me. And it was bad. All of them were bad. There's only a few that just pronounced it guilty and we're moving on. So let me cover a couple things. Some of the stuff we already knew. Like number one, we pretty much already knew that he was going to be found guilty. I know you guys all held out hope, but you can read, if you want to read up, go look at the witnesses that were not allowed to even be part of the case. When you had Stormy Daniels, who I don't even know why she was there, and no relevance to what was going on at all, except to just try to make Trump look bad. But there was other witnesses that with election fraud that were attorneys that worked in the election process. We said, we were experts in this, we can tell you. And they wouldn't even let them be witnesses. They're like, no, there's no relevance to this. What's this? Isn't what you're saying? Isn't this part of what you're no, not judge, not allowing those. So, and then, one of the first things was change of venue. Can we get this moved out of New York? There's a lot of people in New York who don't like Trump. Can we get a fair trial? Can we move this to someplace else? No, you can't. All right. So you knew how this was going from the very. Can Trump speak on his behalf outside of the court? No, gag order. Well, does everybody else have to be quiet? No, everybody else can talk. You guys can just say all the shit you want. All the witnesses, everybody, just go ahead and talk up a storm. Except for Trump, keep your fucking mouth shut. So was I surprised by this? No, not even a little bit. I'm not upset. Other than we had to go through this. So what's next? Everybody's asking what's next. You hear all the legal analysis, but there's a couple. If you keep it down to nuts and bolts, if you start listening to all the analysis, it goes deep. There's charts and graphs and focus groups and opinions and scholars. And okay, well, but the law and history of how these laws are applied are kind of what matter, right? Is he going to be sentenced? Yeah. What did the judge say? I think it was July 11th. He's going to be sentenced. Okay. So can he appeal before the sentencing? Yes. Can he appeal after the sentencing? Yes. Can he remain out of jail while the appeal process works its way through? Yes. These are white-collar criminal cases that have to do with bookkeeping, either errors or felonies and misdemeanors. In that context, yes, his were all felonies, but in that context, all the time. All the time. I mean, it's even in the very end of it, only 10% of these type of situations does anybody do any jail time at all. 90% of the time, when there's a record like Trump, where there's no previous felonies, no previous convictions, no previous fraud like this, no previous bookkeeping errors and misuse, they just say, well, okay, don't do that again. Here's a big heavy fine. You're on probation. Don't do it again. See you later. I mean, that's super common. What's even more common is during that time, you have several appeals process you can go through. And always they let the person stay out. They're not a threat to anybody. You're not threatening to leave the country. You're not threatening to harm anybody. Like, yeah, you can be out on your own recognizance and go do your stuff and we'll work the way through the court case. Even though this was kind of like, well, this was a bullshit case. This was a bullshit verdict because of all the things stacked against him. And I really didn't think in the beginning the Democrats would go this far. I thought there's just no way in good conscience they could go this far. I thought as this thing's developing, it's like someone's going, God, can we really pull this off? Can we really do this? Can we really get it? I mean, this is such bullshit. Someone's going to get pissed. And they went ahead and did it. Now I'm thinking there's no possible way that it could actually throw him in jail while he's going through the appeal process when worse situations, more egregious charges that people have been found guilty have been able to walk the streets while they go through their appeal process. So I can't imagine, but here we go again. Well, do you think we can actually pull off? Can we get away with putting him in jail while he's under appeal? Do you think we can get away with that? That's what they're thinking. I don't think they even have the balls to do it. But let's set that aside. It's very common, super common appeal, super common. You get out on appeal and just you do your thing while the appeal things work, and it's months, if not years, to go through it. And 10% end up with this type of a crime in jail anyway. This is like on the very minor, slight side of that scale of fraud and and all that stuff. Could he go to jail? Yeah. Is it likely? Not even close. Although I just don't know what they're capable of now. I don't know. And right now I was scrolling through Facebook and I was scrolling through Instagram and I was looking around. I can't tell you how many people posted pictures of upside down American flags, of pictures of support. I stopped on one site where today, right after the verdict was read, they just grabbed microphones and were walking up and down the streets of New York, grabbing they didn't care if they were young, they were old, they didn't know if they were Republican or Democrat. They said, "What do you think of the Trump verdict?" Guilty. And overwhelmingly, people were upset. There was a few, oh yeah, he got justice, he got what was coming, that's how the law works, and that's the law, and you got to abide by it. It's funny how they didn't say that when the Durham report came out. No, or the Mueller report came out. Then it was, well, you just can't count. You just said, justice wasn't served. We need to go deeper into this. It's funny when it's they don't like it, then it's all of a sudden it's not justice. Just like you have to accept the election results unless it's when Hillary was elected. Then you can say all the shit you want. Sorry, let me back up. So they went up and down the streets, and most every single person that I watched on that, just random people, were upset. And they weren't all Republicans. There was Democrats going, yeah, I don't like Trump. I vote Democrat. But what the fuck, man? And I went, whoa, what? And the next guy, and then the next woman, and the next guy, and pretty soon you hit another one. It's like, yeah, I don't like Trump. Not going to vote for him, but this ain't right. And I told you guys a couple weeks ago, one of the sentiments is not the prevailing sentiment, but it's growing in the Democratic Party, is people quietly tapping the leaders on the shoulders and saying, "You better stop. You better stop. You're going to make him a martyr. You're emboldening him. This isn't going to affect anybody who loves Trump, anybody who's going to vote for Trump. This didn't change anybody's mind. In fact, it made them more dedicated and more stronger to the cause. So that didn't work. So you think, well, did it do the same for the blue side of the aisle? Did it do the same for us? Is it the same thing? Are we stronger? No, you're not. Oh, I'm sure there's tons of people that are like, yeah, get this guy's going to jail. This is what he deserves, man. All right, I got you. But there's a chunk of people that vote blue that are going, what are you doing? Win fairly. There's a ton of people going, I can't believe this. Jumping ship, pulling back. This is doing nothing to hurt Trump at all. Can you imagine if they even locked him up for a week? Can you imagine it? Because I thought about that. What if the judge is so dumb? He's like, well, I'm just going to show him that he can't get away with this. I'm going to teach him a lesson. Now I'm not going to keep him in jail through the election. I think that would be a little obvious, don't you? I won't do that. But let me just show him who's in charge around here in New York. Let me put him in jail for a week or two. Let's see how he likes that. Can you imagine him going to jail for a week or two and coming out? Oh, my God. Oh, my Christ almighty. You didn't damage his campaign. You gave him 2 weeks of the whole country being pissed that you did this, left and right. He gets out. You just, can you imagine the judge being that stupid? I didn't think they'd go this far. The jury instructions were incredibly stupid. I don't want to get into that. But, and if you guys, okay, let me have one prediction here. May I please? On the jury were 2 attorneys. Now, they were picked. Both sides had to pick the jury. 2 attorneys. I think after this all washes out, we are going to learn. This is my own opinion. I didn't hear this anywhere. This isn't coming from anybody. This is just a dumb mechanic in the middle of the desert looking out my front door telling you what I think. All right. I think those 2 attorneys, it'll be known later as this all filters out, maybe a year from now when their book deals start coming out and their interviews and they're getting paid to be on TV. I think those 2 attorneys swayed the entire jury by explaining the law. I think when this all got muddied and it got so convoluted, I think the two attorneys said, well, this is what this means and how we have to think about it. This is what that means and how we have to think about it. Here's the law. And here's what, I know that's all very confusing, but let me explain it to you. Well, whatever way they explained it, whatever spin they put on it, became the law of the jury room, did it not? Now, maybe I'm completely wrong. Maybe I've got my head so far up my ass that I don't know what I'm talking about. Or maybe a juror is actually watching the program and might type into the comment section and go, that's exactly what happened. I don't know. I just got a feeling that the way this thing was slammed to one side so heavily, I think those two attorneys on there, either they took control or they just quietly gave legal explanations that were pointed in one direction. That's just me. I have no basis on that other than my gut feeling. I'm just talking here. So what's the other part that can come of this? Not that it would happen, because, the judge can put him in jail on weekends. He could say, you serve every weekend for 6 months. I mean, there's all sorts of weird stuff judges are allowed to do. So after the judge decides what he wants to do, the next big question everyone asks is, can he still be elected president? Yes. Every single thing that I've read, and this all goes back to the Constitution and I read trying to find out if you can. Yes, a convicted felon can run for office. Does it say in the Constitution that if you're in jail, you can't run for office? No, it doesn't. I think our founding fathers probably figured if you're in jail, you really can't campaign. So you're not going to win anyway. Why even make up a rule like that? Who would vote for you if you were in jail? I don't think that was ever a consideration. But in today's age, you could. You could win. He could be in jail and win. And then, of course, he could pardon himself. So that's the take on Trump. Nothing's going to happen. You're just going to see a lot of people arguing. Now the big thing, what we're it up for is what's the jury going to say? What's the jury going to say? What's the jury going to say? Now until July 11th, what's the judge going to do? What's the judge going to do? What's the judge going to do? No one knows. No one knows what the judge is going to do. There's going to be historically yeah, okay. All you can say is what's gone on, and it's really tough to compare exact cases because this one's so weird, but you can get close. And I've just laid it out there. I just gave you the simple version. Actually, I didn't give that to any of you. I gave that to my sister-in-law because she likes it when I explain things without all the bullshit. So, Donna, that was for you. Just letting you know the ins and outs, the wherefores, and what have yous. Now you can continue on with your drink, and I can pretend I had one, which I don't. And we can both be merrier for the cause. All right. So that was a deal on Trump. And we got that out of the way. So let me jump back here. Boom, 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 boom. Where am I at here? Push the button and clicky-dee, and that's gone. And go back over here. Now, Gen X Mom, do you have anything to read between the sheets?
I do.
I would love to hear this.
All right. Dom Channel, $1.99. I call front seat on the bus.
You're right behind Loud One. Loud One's driving this bus, and you're front seat. All right.
Sammy Joe says, I've been here the whole time, sir. Was too busy doing my job to answer.
Yeah, that sounds like my kids. Dad, I was home on time. I was just doing my chores. I didn't have time to check in, but I came home on time. Sure you did. Okay, what else?
Sad Wings raging on Rumble, $5. Helped crash Trump's donation site earlier, now to crash Gen X with a donation.
Yeah, I heard a report that his donation site went through the roof, that actually shut down the server. I didn't catch if that was actually accurate or not.
Firewood Art says his donation site went down in about an hour, and then they built another one, and it went down in less than 30 minutes.
Yeah, the flood of people donating money and sympathizing with him, even on the left. I know they hate to hear this. It's just so dumb. And, the whole thing, the left operates with one purpose in mind. When they try to pass bills, when they try to get elected, it's what do we have to say and what can we get away with? That's it. I've learned one thing, 56 laps around the sun. That's how many times I've been around the sun. It's a long time to be a keen observer of human nature. And that's the goddamn honest truth. All right, what else you got there between the sheets?
Timothy over on Facebook, the Republican Party needs to grow a pair and do something.
Who said that?
Timothy Jacobs on Facebook.
The Republican Party needs to grow a pair and do something.
I don't understand.
Well, you know what? He's right. What's his name again?
Timothy Jacobs.
Timothy Jacobs is right. I think everyone, we should lower your flags. I think this is a call for putting our weapons away. I think it is a time to set reason and common sense aside. I think what we should do as the Republican Party is we should get rid of Trump, and we should find someone that the Democrats like. We should find someone that the Democrats approve of, like our buddy. What's this guy's name? Timothy
Jacobs.
Timothy Jacobs. He's right. We should grow a pair. We should get rid of Trump, and we should find someone that the Democrats approve of. That would be good. And that way they won't persecute this person.
Maybe you need to run it by Timothy personally.
Timothy, you know what? Yeah, maybe Timothy Jacobs speaks for the Democratic Party. I mean, he already had some advice for the Republicans that we should grow a pair, because clearly standing up to the establishment isn't growing a pair. Standing up for what's right isn't growing a pair. Having a man who was the only president to lose money while he was in office and now fight and potentially go back to jail, he could have quit and stopped this at any time, isn't growing a pair. Us standing up for the Second Amendment isn't growing a pair. I think, you know what? I think Timothy Jacobs is right. I think what he thinks is, if we bend the knee, our balls will hit the ground and drag across the hot asphalt. I'm sure Timothy Jacobs has 2 scabs on the bottom of his balls for kneeling for every fucking cause there was. And I think that's what he's trying to say. You guys need to grow a pair so they hang low when you kneel. I think every example, what Timothy's saying is every example the Republican Party puts forward under the heading of grow a pair and do it our way, grow a pair and comply, grow a pair and submit. I see what he's saying there. Oh, you know what? It's funny that Timothy Jacobs showed up today. I have something for him. It was, I've been hanging on this for a little. Oh, wait, here it is. Hang on. Oh, yeah, it's one of those. I would have 2, but I gave one out the other night to your buddy. I don't have one. I'm sorry. All right, let's move on. What else are we doing?
Okay, Christina Hansen, welcome to being an extra tonight.
Well, thank you, Christina. Thank you for hanging on to the program and sticking around and being part of things. Thank you for joining up. You didn't have to, but you did. Even if you did the $1, it's hard-earned money that was yours, not ours. So when you join up, we appreciate that. We do.
Loud one, $5. Front seat of the bus is reserved for Shush behind me. Other side is reserved for Two Bear. Everything else is fair game.
Okay, so Loud One's driving this big Partridge Family bus that we're all on tonight, whipping through the mountains at 60 miles an hour.
Rules.
Now there's rules.
Assignments.
so Loud One's giving out seating assignments.
I thought the kids that were in trouble had seating
Well,
assignments.
the nerds are at front. All the nerds are at the front of the bus. So his wife is right behind him. Bit of a nerd. Two Bear off to the side. He's the door monitor. Complete nerd.
I guess.
I, as you might have noticed, am at the back with all the cool kids. Way, way at the back. So if you guys want to run up front and hang out with the nerds and Loud One and his wife and his stooge of a door monitor Two Bear, you guys go right ahead. I can't even, from where I sit in the back, it's so long, I can't even see the front. So we're good. All right, what else?
Sean MacArthur on Facebook. Here's a few stars for the alcohol fun and Gen X mom fun. Glad to be here. 200 stars.
Okay,
thank you, Sean.
We got to stop that stuff. Tonight we should be all focusing on one thing. Let's focus on this. How many prohibition streams have we been suffering through? This Saturday is a barbecue. We're going to do a live. We're going to do a portable live along with the live. There's going to be a direct feed from a phone. We're going to be running out and doing stuff. Some of the people at the barbecue are going to be in here on camera. Some are going to be out there. We're going to be running around. We're going to do some stuff. Shouldn't we do it with alcohol? Shouldn't tonight be, for once, not the Singapore Hooker Fund? No. Not Gen X mom getting her nails done. Shouldn't tonight be about one thing? Alcohol? Shouldn't it be about a whiskey fund? Shouldn't there be a little bit of love and respect for the guy who's behind the microphone who really wants to get drunk on Saturday night? A little bit of that? Isn't that okay to do? Can't we go down that road a little bit? You got some stars there. Some stars going towards it. Facebook stars help me out. But I think it is in order, Your Honor. I submit that this is the time and the place. But that's just me. What do I know? Yeah, Gen X mom.
Tori says, General, I want a backseat too.
Tori said that? Okay. That's funny. Tori, I know I've known Tori since she was 13. Tori wants a back seat too in the bus. No, Tori, you belong completely up front. In your nice dress with your hair done up, you believe me, sweetheart, you do not belong in the back seat at all with the cool kids, not even a little bit. You have no idea what's going on in the back seat. You've only heard stories. Yeah, and so Tori, you're no back seat. You go way up front with all the other nerdy kids. The drugs and alcohol are in the back, and that is not where you belong. Of course, there won't be any alcohol because we're gonna have a prohibition barbecue. If my wife has anything to say about it. All right, where are we at? Oh my God, John Morgan, $5 for your birthday fund. God damn it, John! Didn't we just say we're not? I am just not getting through to you people, no matter how hard I try. $10, Scott Royston. Here's the Mama X Nail Fund. Sorry, General. What are you guys doing to me? How about if I just turn the camera on her? You guys can listen to her babble for an hour.
No, you don't.
See?
Not tonight.
Yeah, see? Even she's denying you guys. She's telling you, I don't love the extras. I don't love the channel.
I love everybody.
I'm not going on camera. I'm not going over there. And you still give her the money. I don't understand.
Mama X is not feeling good.
Mama X Mama X is not the talent of this goddamn show. You are the queen in title only, in name only. Do you have a crown?
Yes, I do.
Where is it?
It's getting cleaned.
It's getting cleaned. Okay. All right, let's go back to the drag and drop section of the program. Although before I go, I want to tell you a funny story I saw this real quick before we go. I saw a Facebook reel, little, the TikTok shorts thing, and it goes by, and this woman was going through TSA at the airport. And so her friend starts filming her. She walks up, she puts her carry-on luggage there, and she's walking through, and the guy, he x-rays it, then he opens it up. And inside, he pulls out this huge purple female toy. And the woman's like, what? She has no idea that it's in there. Her friend put it in there. And the guy, this tall, skinny black guy, just gives this face like, what are you doing? She's embarrassed. She's turning red. It was super funny. I have a similar story where somebody, I won't say who, put one of those in someone's suitcase. I won't say who was coming to visit me at the Portland airport one time. And had to go through the x-ray machine with this gigantic device. Tell me that you weren't even a little bit embarrassed.
A little, then I rolled with it because I knew you did it as a funny joke, and I was like, damn it. Damn him.
But that was hilarious because I rolled
with it. I just winked at the guy and kept on going like, hey.
That's right. That's mine. I own it. It was funny to see these things on TikToks now, stuff that I did years and years ago. Yeah, it would have been more funny. My point was to get you embarrassed and have you turn red and have you start going, oh, I'm sorry, that's not mine. I don't know whose it is. You can just throw that away. Yeah, but when you go with it like, what are you looking at, big boy? That's mine. Let's go. Come on, give my bag back. I got a plane to catch. You kind of defeated the purpose. Although there was a shock of embarrassment that went along with it, which was funny. Anyway, just so you guys know, true story. Yeah.
Can I ask you something off topic? We haven't discussed this, but I've been wanting to discuss it with you.
Well, like I could stop you. Go ahead.
Well, no, I'm sure people have heard this. Did you hear about the guy that went to Turks and Caicos and they found ammunition, not a gun, in his luggage?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now he's been sentenced to 12 years.
Right.
Did you hear about that?
I knew he was getting sentenced, but I didn't know that they'd given it to him yet.
They sentenced him to 12 years. I have a question.
Yeah.
What happened to our TSA when he was leaving the country? Like, he says that it was from a hunting trip that happened, that he forgot to take it out of his luggage, yada, yada, yada. Doesn't our TSA check luggage prior to leaving the country?
Yeah, they must have missed that. That's kind of funny. I didn't think about that. And I don't think one news reporter at any place has brought that up.
I thought about it going, wait a second. So he made it through our TSA, through customs, made it into Turks and Caicos.
He went through his whole vacation without even noticing it.
Yes. Isn't this kind of weird?
He unpacked his suitcase, repacked his suitcase, didn't even notice it, and then came back in with him. Yeah.
Okay, I wanted to know if you thought about that.
I hadn't thought about that. Yeah, I don't think you can blame TSA now. It's like, you guys fucked this up. They can't do anything about it. You can blame them all you want, but they can't fix it.
But is there anything that guy can do? Like, he's stuck, huh?
No, he's stuck. The only thing that can happen now is the State Department can intervene.
Well, the other thing I'm thinking is, what a dumbass. Like, you're leaving the country. Would you not check your...
Yeah, I'm not sure how many, that's a lot of rounds to be leaving loose in the bottom of your suitcase to not notice it.
Okay.
It really is. But the State Department could do something, but obviously he's a guy who likes guns, so he loves the Second Amendment. Do you think Biden's going to help?
No.
Now, if Biden was smart, he would. If Biden was smart, he'd go get this guy out and go, see, I love Republicans. I love conservatives.
Right.
I'm bringing this guy back, and that would be such a simple thing to do. And he won't do it to win people over because they have a policy on the left. And it's nope, you shouldn't have had it. You shouldn't even own that gun in the first place. This is what you get. That's their policy. So
I see a divorce in this man's future. The wife's just probably shaking his head going, yeah.
What's going to happen is the guy's not going to do, he's not going to do 12 years. He's going to go right to the election. When Trump's in office, Trump's going to go get him.
Oh, well.
And then Trump will negotiate and say, okay, look, whatever you want. You want some old you want some F-16s or something. You want some of I'll tell you what, we'll give you the Thunderbirds. We'll give you all the Thunderbirds. We don't like them anyway.
Who controls Turks
we
and
like
Caicos?
we like the Blue Angels. You can have the Thunderbirds. Will that help you guys? We'll paint them all in the turkey flag with a little crescent moon on it and stuff, and you can go at it.
But I'm like, who governs Turks and Caicos? I don't know.
Well, you know that
I don't know. If anybody out there
can remember
help.
There's some weird country that comes down on two separate sides, and it should be labeled east and west.
Oh, somebody just wrote there's 5 other citizens being held for the same exact charge.
Far out, man. I didn't know that. Yeah.
That almost makes me think they planted it.
No, they didn't. That didn't happen. We just got to go get them out. That's all. We just got to go get them out. And Biden's not going to do it, but Trump will. So let's get Trump in office and go get him.
Okay, well.
All right. So I know you're stacking up on the sheets. There should be a lot of stuff being put in there because there's a lot of stuff going by, but you're going to have to wait. I'm coming back.
That's fine.
All right. What else was there? Some stuff to talk about. Boom, 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 boom. For those of you that are traveling abroad this summer, this was the worst tourist traps in America, ranked 1 to 30. I didn't even get to all of them. I don't care because this is the cover picture that came up, and I have a story to tell you. This sculpture that is going on, it is to the west of Mount Rushmore, southwest of Mount Rushmore. And it is Crazy Horse, and it's this Crazy Horse, the Indian chief, and he's on his horse, and there's the miniature of the completed statues here, and you can look up and see this one, and they kind of have his face, and they kind of have his arm. And when I went there in 1987, I think it was, the face was done, part of the arm was done. You could see where you could see the shape of the mountain taking place, but they just had the front of the face. They kind of had the arm with one hand out there getting ready with the arrow at just the beginnings of it. And that was it. So I come back 35 years later, and I bring Briggs back there, and I bring Jennick's mom back there. And as we're driving to it, I'm like, hey, so just so you know, this is what it looked like 35 years ago. Let's see. Really, I want to see what they've done. Nothing. There was so few changes I could barely tell in 35 years. You know what they did improve? The restaurants and the eating area and the tourist trap stuff, the gift shops were gigantic. They took up the whole place where you parked. And I went in. I even complained to several people. And I said, I was here like 35 years ago. That's what it looked like. You guys haven't done hardly shit in 35 years. There's very little improvement. All 3 people that I talked to, and it's I wasn't talking to the janitor. I was talking to someone who knows, one of the docents and one of the higher up dudes. And I said, I'm serious. What the hell? Well, we're privately funded. So work is very slow. If we were government funded, we could get a lot more done, but we're privately funded. And I go, okay, all the money has come your way in 35 years. And I can see like 25 people working on it. There was 25 people working on it when I was here before. It's not like you're understaffed. Not like there's one dude out there with a hammer and a chisel. He's, well, this is 35 years worth of progress. I was like, fuck that bullshit. You're lying. So I wouldn't even go here. You can go here. You know what? Go here in 25 more years. You ain't missing nothing. It's going to look the same because parking will be the same, except the cost will go up, of course. Maybe you should go now. Fuck it. You're not missing anything. You don't got to go back. Once you see it, in your lifetime, you never have to go back. because this is the way it's looked since just out of high school. This is the way it looks, 3 years ago. When I took the kid, this is the way it's going to look when I'm dead. Right as I'm dying, my last breath, I'm going to say, show me a picture. It'll look the same, and it won't matter. I won't know when that picture was taken, just so you know. Yeah, Gen X Mom.
We received a PayPal from Charles. He says, this is for your next premium bottle. Read all of the comments. Everyone loves it. God bless America. Prayers for everyone. But we have to start taking care of ourselves, and then we will be in a better position to help others. He gave $10.
Read that statement again, that last part of that, because that's a big thing to say.
He said, prayers for everyone, but we have to start taking care of ourselves, and then we will be in a better position to help others.
Even in an airplane, when the airplane's going to crash, they say, put on your oxygen first, put on your vest first, then help others. It's common sense. As far as I'm concerned, and I'm just one jabroni who doesn't count for shit, but if there is one homeless veteran out there, there should not be $1 going towards illegal immigrants coming across the border or foreign aid packages to certain countries. You got money to spend on illegals, you take care of that vet first, 100%. That's how I feel. But what do I know? Nobody listens to me anyway. All right, let me go back to the picture section, drag and drop section of the program. Some more stuff to talk about. Where are we here? There's stuff. Well, I'm going to show you what's coming out. It's coming. This is kind of a teaser in there, so I'll segue, as we say in the business. We will segue into the next thing. This is the podcast. It's going to drop. That's the picture. It's going to drop tonight at 12:02 a.m. Los Angeles time, and then you can listen to it. The video version goes up. I don't remember when the video version goes up. Not right away, but it was a complicated one because it failed. Those of you who listened, a lot of you listened on kgxtradio.com. You guys got to hear the whole live version, beginning, middle, and end. This one was a shutdown and come back up and do it all over again. But we got it done. So what does it say right there? Little teaser. Mom's been sick. Mom is still sick. Gen X Mom's not doing well right now. She's being a real trooper, even being here. But the first one says Chris Cuomo. I'm not even sure if that's how he spells his name.
Yeah, you're right.
It looks like it is. Anyway, and I'll tell you the truth on that. Let me give you a little something, because that is the teaser. So there was something here. We got a text message, then an email, then a phone call. And I'll show you. I blocked out the important part, but just to show you this was a real deal. Chris Cuomo interview request. That's for us. And the person, I took the person's name off the top of it, but and the email, because it was at The Hill. So you know it was right. That's one of the things you look for when you're trying to figure out whether something's real or not. You look at the return address on it, and if it's some silly thing like Gmail or Yahoo, it's probably not real. But when you get one where the person's email is The Hill and the phone number they give you is call me at the office, you're like, holy shit. So I called. I left a message, and she called back, and she was a very nice lady. She was wonderful. We didn't talk for a super long time, but she just said, Chris, he likes your stuff. He's a huge fan of Gen X Talks. He thinks you guys are hilarious and spot on about stuff, and he'd like to have you on the program. And I said, well, I was thinking, well, Chris is heavily left and Democrat, and she said at the end of the week they try to do a Friday show, which is lighthearted, kind of get you ready for the weekend, end the week, silly stuff and be funny. She said we'd like you on for a segment. Now, I know that can be as short as 5 minutes, or it can be as long as 10, 15-minute segments run by what they've got. So I said yes, absolutely, especially if you just want to talk about Gen X Talks. No politics, no nothing Trump related, not talking about his past, not talking about, just two guys hanging out talking about, generational stuff that's funny. So we do have a tentative schedule. It could change, but we're very excited to even be considered. If it turns out to be nothing, if it falls through, then it falls through. A lot of these things do. But if we get the chance of being on the show, I think that'd be great for the brand. I think the kid would love it. And I wouldn't mind talking to him. If Chris, we're just going to talk about regular stuff. Yeah, man. Like I told you all along, I will sit with anybody. I will sit with gays and lesbians and trans people. I will sit with Democrats and Republicans. I don't care. If we're having a beer and we're just hanging out discussing stuff, who cares? That's the way I feel about hanging out with Chris. If he wants to have us on the show for, 10 minutes and just shoot the shit about stuff, I'm in, man. I'm not causing any waves. Just want to hang out. If he wants to do it and it's his platform and he's got an audience, absolutely. Absolutely. Wouldn't bother me a bit. So We'll see if it works out, but if it does, then that's part of it. We talk about that a little bit more in depth in the podcast. You can catch the podcast and listen to the whole story. But that was kind of a surprise to have that pop up on our screen this morning. It's like first thing you get into the office, you're like, whoa, check that shit out. That worked out well. So just be looking for that. Here's one too. We're talking about Trump and different things. We talked about the last show on Tuesday about Robert De Niro and getting out there and how he was heckled, he was booed, he started yelling back at the crowd as he was walking away with his security detail. People were just riding him, and he was trying to cuss and scream back, but he had no leg to stand on. And then I got this today. A Gen X mom actually stumbled across this, and she sent this to me. And Kevin Costner, he's done with De Niro. The short version is he just cut him loose from his production company. The production company had things lined out to do. De Niro was scheduled to be involved. It was already, they already had the framework going, and Costner said, yeah, I'm done with shit like this. And there are so many actors and actresses that are done with this sort of bullshit. You're allowed to have an opinion. You're allowed to say your opinion. But when you get out like De Niro does, and he gets out there and tries to intimidate the American public, scare the American public, leverage his celebrity in a way that forces the American public, well, then you cross the line. Just get out there and say what you think. I can say stuff on this platform in detail because that's what we do. De Niro does not have a typical platform. He's an actor. He goes into movies. He doesn't have a typical platform where he does this kind. He had to go out of his way to drive down there to make that political statement and to try to drive a wedge in people. And Costner just goes, yeah, I'm kind of done with that shit. If you're going to cry about it, if I can cry about it on your own, you're out. Unbelievable. There was a time even 5 or 8 years ago, nobody would have told De Niro no about anything. He was too big, too powerful in Hollywood, too dominating. To have Costner just go, fuck it, you're out, was an amazing thing. Now, Kevin's probably not thinking much of it. Kevin's like, fuck it, I'll do what I want. It's my production company. It's my gig. But for the rest of us watching on, it was huge because you just took an acting legend, an acting icon, and sat him down and said, you don't behave that way. True story. That's absolutely a true story. You can't get around that shit. All right. I was coming in here to do the thing we did. I go into Streamlabs and I have to clear the jar. And yes, I put another $2 whore in. There's a different $2 whore in the jar tonight, although you guys can't see it from all the peaches.
People are guessing.
And do you know who it is? I didn't tell you.
Yeah, I think I saw the picture going in. Well, Dropham says Michelle M. Are you the
Not
$2?
Michelle M. No. You know what was funny? Somebody sent me a screenshot. I think it was Josh Maddox. Remember when Sandy was the $2 whore?
Yeah.
He screenshot where Sandy guessed someone else's name.
Yes, I saw that the other night.
Sandy was like, I can't tell who the $2 whore is. I think it's so-and-so. And we're like, no, it's you. It's your own picture.
The one you sent in,
So I did Streamlabs, and I go up there and I log into Streamlabs to empty the jar and change the $2 whore and make sure everything's working. And it wouldn't let me in. There was a paragraph that says, we need to make sure there's security concerns. We need to make sure you're a human and you're not a bot. This may take a while. And I went, all right. So I clicked it. The next screen says, if you're a human, click here. So I went, all right, and click. It says, all right, you're in. It's like, wait a second. That wasn't a very long process at all. And I'm sure there's algorithms that know how to check the box on the next screen. I thought this was going to be complicated. Streamlabs, now you better just settle in. I'm going to make sure you're not hacking into the system. You're not an algorithm. You're not a bot. You're not some North Korean spy. You're going to be here a while. If you're a human, check the box. All right, you're in.
Kevin Grimes goes, is the $2 whore De Niro?
The $2 whore is not De Niro. Oh, I missed that. That would have been great.
Should have called Kevin.
That would have been funny. He said, Kevin, since you cut him loose, Kevin Costner, since you cut him loose, you mind if he's the $2 whore? And then Kevin Grimes should have told me, he said, you should have told me ahead of time. You can call me, Kevin. Thanks a lot for that, buddy. Leave me hanging out there. All right, I'm going to let you go between the sheets real quick and read what you got to read. Go and try to get caught up. Go.
Jandy G, $1.99, 235 days until Donaldness is back in office.
That's going to go by quick.
Yeah, John Morgan, $5. General's Alcohol and No Yuck Water Fund.
There we go. Thank you for the yuck water gig.
A787 Fixer, $2. Houdini, $5. Don't worry, General. I'm bringing you a bottle of Jack on Saturday.
All right. See, people showing up early on Saturday. There's going to be a lot of extras here. It's going to be fun.
The Shoeless One, $20 for the Whiskey Fund, my friend.
There we
Gen X
go.
Mom, you don't sound like you feel good. No, I don't.
Don't start giving her money because she doesn't feel good. That doesn't matter. Whiskey is what matters. Prohibition is what matters. Come on now.
Sovereign Fighter, $10. General, to the Whiskey Fund. Here's one for you.
There we go.
The Shoeless One gifted 10 Gen X Talks memberships
Wow.
to Johnny 3 Bar, Harvey's Hooligans, John Mundragon, Rita Alberto, Jose Alcantar, Selena Williams, Indigo Creek Trading Company, Danny Link, Veteran Outdoorsman, and Justin Lewis. They all got memberships. Brand new people that have
Drop
joined
them.
it.
Smicky is not the $2 whore.
All right. Scott Royston gifted 5 memberships
Good
to
Lord.
Papa Smurf, Rob the Hob, Smurfy, Edward, and Wasp.
Where do you guys come up with some of these names? We got to get to the next part of the program here, but Jesus, tap dancing Christ, go.
Ace Maduro, $5 for the Mama X birthday fund. When do I get my key to the woodshed? I'm getting tired of picking the lock to get in.
Who just did that?
Ace
Ace.
Madura. No, you're not going to put him in the woodshed.
Yeah, I'm going to put him in the woodshed. Fuck that guy. Where is he? I swear to Christ, if I can scroll back and find Ace, he's going in the woodshed.
The Shoeless One, $5. I'm back on my feet and my ass is back, he says.
Anybody who talks nice about you is going in the woodshed.
Wow.
Anybody donates money to you is going in the woodshed. Where's Ace? I'm going to scroll back and find
I
his
will
name.
deliver
Ace, there he is.
food to the woodshed for
There
everybody
he is,
that's
Ace.
in there.
Guess what, buddy? You're in the woodshed. That's it. Ace
Wow.
Madura is now in the woodshed. Anybody else got something to say? Anybody else want a taste of that?
Why can't they be
Anybody
nice
else want to donate money to some birthday that we're doing whiskey fun tonight? You wanted the woodshed? I'll put your ass in the woodshed. I won't think twice about it. Don't make no matter to me. My life's going to go on just fine.
Damen Channel, am I the $2 whore?
No, Damen, you are not the $2 whore.
Drop him. I think you answered this, Smicky.
Nope, not Smicky.
Sweets is a member for 16 months. Brent went fishing. Happy birthday, Queen.
I'll let that one slide. He didn't attach any stars or money to it. We're okay.
A787 Fixer gifted 1 Gen X Talks membership to Bob Kit MIT.
All right, so this is the thing with you guys and those stupid names. We've been doing this for 3 years. When you sit down into YouTube or to Rumble or Instagram or Facebook, whenever they let you pick your screen name, are you guys drunk or high when you come up with some of these names? I mean, some of the stuff you guys literally come up with just blows my fucking mind. I can't even pronounce it. There's 37 syllables in it. I don't get it. So we did last week. We asked AI to generate pictures for the stupid names you guys are. Okay? So I did a few more.
I love these.
I want to show you these, okay? Let's see if you guys can figure out who these guys are. You guys. These guys are extras, okay? Here comes one right now. Tell me who this one is. Anybody? Come on now. Don't make me sit here by myself.
What is that?
He's throwing up.
Ew.
So what do we see there? Anybody? I don't think he's in here tonight because I would have seen his name. I was looking for his name.
Oh, Pukey McFisty.
Pukey McFisty. You see, I went into the AI and I said it's a guy and his name is Pukey McFisty. And guess what? AI generated that for you guys. There you go. Pukey. This is the names you guys come up with. You guys do this, not me. This is you guys. All right, here's another one. All right. Can anybody figure out who that is? Shannon Brigode for your whiskey, handsome general. Thank you, Shannon. Shannon, you just earned a big hug at the barbecue. Big hug coming.
Is that Yukon Cornelius?
Close. It is not Yukon Cornelius. Now let's look at this. This is an outdoor guy with a map. He's got a beard and a Dodgers baseball cap.
That's not a Dodger hat. I don't know what that is. I
Really?
have no idea. The bearded one? Hobo
No.
Rob?
It's not Hobo Rob. It's me. It's
you?
the general. Don't you see? Little
No, I
military
don't see
uniform in there.
I
Little
don't see
military looking like that. You don't see me in that at all.
He looks like you're blind.
I'm not blind. Oh, for Christ's sake. All right. Here's another one. Who else
I'm
had
not
AI
seeing-
said?
Ooh, who's that?
I don't know. I can't remember who that one was. I'm going to go back and look that one up.
Great. You put it up there, but we don't know.
I can't remember. Look, it's been a while. I did these the other day. I was just hanging on to them. Hang on. Let me open it before I put it up there so I can make sure I know who it is. Okay, here's one for you. I know I was talking to him today. He's in here a lot. He's in Discord a lot too. Ready? There you go. Anybody? Anybody at all? Yeah, Noelle says she didn't get it either. Come on now. Does anybody know who this is? He said he was going to be in here tonight. I don't think he spoke tonight. We were talking earlier today. Nobody?
Oh, Tech Dumb Dad?
Tech Dumb Dad. That is Tech Dumb Dad, according to AI. Tech Dumb Dad. And now that you see it, it seems to fit, doesn't it?
Yeah.
All right. Hang on. Let me grab another one in here. Okay, this one's funny. This one's super funny. I'm not going to give you the answer. Tell me who this is.
Dr. McDreamy.
You know, you could have let the other people try a little bit.
I don't know. I've never seen him.
Sweetheart, we're not the only ones here, just so you know.
Okay,
this isn't just me handing them to you and you reply. There's actually people that would like to play.
Okay.
There's people that would like to. Now, the only thing weird about this that never even crossed your mind, why does Dr. McDreamy, who's the fight doctor, we know he's the fight doctor, in this particular picture, why does he have 3 arms? Because that's weird.
That's a little creepy.
That is a little creepy. But this is Dr. McDreamy. I put in the whole thing. I learned what words to put in and let AI generate this. But the other guy was way too handsome. So I did it again and wrote old. And then it came up with this one. And we use this one. So this is old Dr. McDreamy. Not too far in the future, but still old Dr.
Looks
McDreamy.
pretty dreamy.
Oh, stop. All right, let me see. Yeah,
We
here's
just
one.
received a PayPal from Bob McKinley.
And what did Bob have to say? Whiskey.
$20 to our queen,
No.
General.
God.
Are you still matching the gifts?
No, I'm not matching the gifts tonight. You guys stop it with that. No, I'm going to go broke doing that. Okay, who's this? Now, Gen X Mom, shut up. Shut the fuck up. Everybody should get this. Everybody should get this. Anybody? I'm going to wait. Obvious. That's right. Sandy says that's obvious. Ahel has issues with generating hands and fingers sometimes. Thank you, EMT. It's an extra arm. Okay, we're still talking. There we go. Disney Mama Sammy Joe, Sun Valley Fox. That even looks like where he lives. That looks like the Sun Valley Fox. That wasn't such a long walk, now was it? All right, we got a couple more, then we'll move on. Let me see. What do we got? Oh, yeah. No one's going to agree with that one. Let me put that away because no one knows who that is. So let me do this one. Do another one there. All right, here's one for you. We had a rendition of this person last episode, but it wasn't nearly good enough. So I went back and asked AI to do it again. Anybody want to tell me who this is? Come on, I'm making it nice and big for you. Come on. This is actually a very good picture. It's AI almost nailed it. This is a very close depiction of who this is. Welcome back, Ace. Marvelous Miss Miranda, good evening, dear. Becca says, ugh, Becca rolling up. Jeffrey Montgomery says, loud one. That's right. If that isn't loud one almost to a T, what is? That's very close. I gave the AI 2 thumbs way up for that one. That was pretty close. Oh, I'm gonna have to do this one. Staff don't guess. Staff don't guess. Staff don't guess. Can anybody tell me who this is supposed to be? Not sure why they put her in a trailer park. Who is that, do you think? Who do you think that is? Anybody? Anybody at all? Jane Mott says, loud one looks like he's taking crack. Okay, Care Brat, we're moving on. Come on now. Anybody? Anybody? Anybody got this one? It's Jeffrey Montgomery, Tim Mitchell, Miriam Estrella, Sammy Joe.
That's Sammy Joe.
Droppin's got Sammy Joe. Loud one's got Sammy Joe. Tabitha, the Disney Mama. Everybody knew that was Sammy Joe.
It's kind of cute, though.
It is kind of cute, but it's like this girl. We got the blonde part. We got the big boobs part. We got the short girl part. I got that. Why'd they put her in a trailer park? I'm not sure what's going on with there. It could have been Disneyland, but it wasn't. They put her in a trailer park. That's a bit odd, but sure is funny, though. It was super funny. All right. So we can move on from that stuff there. Good Lord. Good Lord, I had a lot of stuff. All right, let me jump back in here. Let me see. I did write my book of lies, and I'm reading my book of lies. Is something I missed? I want to bring up something, that came up today. You guys know that Gen X Mom helps the kid with posting on Facebook and Instagram. So I want to tell you something, Kim. Maybe a lot of you already saw it. If you guys are on Facebook or Instagram, you saw this post come up. It's one of the things she puts 3 or 4 up every day. Tries to go related to, stays away from politics. Just tries to go with, generational nostalgia, as all of you might have noticed. This one came up today, and it created controversy. So I'm going to post it, and I'm going to ask you guys if anybody recognizes this meme, okay? Anybody gets it, just say it right now. Just go ahead and just shout it out if you understand what this is saying. In 1987, a man working as a shoe salesman could support a family and still own a home like this. Now, while you're guessing, do you know how many people came on there and blasted your queen? This is just bullshit. A shoe salesman couldn't afford a big house like that in 87. And you're just saying that because Biden's got inflation up, and you're just bashing the Democrats because everything is out of hand. And you're blaming you couldn't do it, and you had to have 2 income, blah, 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 blah. No one got the joke. There we go. Married with Children. Al Bundy. Married with Children. Danny H. Phil's Garage. Married with Children says Houdini. This was a joke that the sitcom Married with Children. Remember Al? He was a shoe salesman, and then he drove that shitty Dodge Dart, and they never had any food in the house. And this was the picture of the house. So clearly, a shoe salesman could support a family, a daughter and a son and a wife who sat on her ass and ate bonbons all day. He could buy that because clearly that's what the TV sitcom said. I can't even tell you how many people were like, you're full of shit. And they went political. They went generational. It's like, well, the boomers are holding all the wealth in America, and they're holding the support and the titles to they're buying up all the land. And it just went on and on and on. I started going in there going, you dumb fucks. I copied and pasted. It's a joke about a TV show, dipshit. You fucktard. You dumbass. And went on and on and on and on. All of a sudden, there's a lot of people pulling their post, a lot of deleting their words. Let me just delete what I said there. No apology, just quietly scurrying away because they're stupid like that. I don't normally post that stuff on here, but I thought you guys, if you're on Rumble, if you're on YouTube right now, if you're on Facebook, we're all friends. We're all extras. We're all a bunch of jabronis living regular lives, doing regular stuff. I thought you guys would get a kick out of this. I thought you guys would get a laugh out of the assholes and the dumb shits that couldn't figure it out and took it the wrong way. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, and then they started deleting their posts as I swooped in to my wife's defense and copied and pasted and stuck the middle finger in the air and said, just leave. And they did. They didn't quit the channel. They just deleted their post because they knew. Yeah, a little embarrassing like that. So I thought I would bring that to your attention. Now, one more thing before we go, because we showed that picture of Loud One, right? And I don't think I have that again. Yeah. Okay. Real quick. So that is the picture of Loud One. Yes, I'm going to cover up my face for a minute. That is the picture of Loud One because I'm going to ask you right now, right or left. Now, one of these, I'm going to tell you, one of these is a picture of Loud One, and one of them is not a picture of Loud One. I sent him the wrong one. I go, dude, is this you? Are you on the news? And he's like, no, but I had to do a double take. That one of these is Loud One, and one of them is not. You guys tell me which one is Loud One by telling me left or right. All I want to know is left or right. Which one is Loud One? Left or right is Loud One. That's all I'm asking you guys. And look how close that is. Look how close that is. That's incredibly close, isn't it? I don't know where the other picture went. There it is. And look at the face. That's why it matched the trucking thing so much. One of it is Loud One, and one of it is not. One of it, it popped up on my Google feed. All right. Yeah, there's no bus yet. Okay, which one? Come on. Oh, the right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Right is loud. So you guys don't know. Predominantly right. The right. Okay. But they're left. See? You're not sure. Neither was I. Yeah, the right one is Loud One. He is Ian Porteus on Facebook for you guys because he's in there, and he's Loud One over here on YouTube, and he's been a supporter and a close friend of the Gen X Talks family for years and years. He's been to our house. He's always a welcome guest. And my door is always open to him, and he's done so much for all of us, including the kid, including Briggs. He's rallied you guys sometimes. He's been a friend with Mrs. Four through some small journeys through here, and he's always looked out for the benefit of Gen X Talks. And he's the one driving the bus. When we get that big print made with all of your pictures hanging out the windows, the little cartoon of all of you, and we asked you guys for pictures, we got it submitted, all of you guys hanging out the artwork and stuff, the guy at the front is Loud One driving the bus. Guaranteed every time. That's his job. That's his station. He gets this thing rolling every time. He gets that bus into second gear and into third gear before he hits the end of the driveway. But I thought because of the events that were unfolding with AI, I thought I'd let you guys know that. All right, so Gen X Mom, let's get caught up here.
All righty. The Dirty Wrench member for 6 months is Care Brat, the $2 whore.
Care Brat is not the $2 whore.
Kevin Grimes, $2 whore. Callie Cleavage.
Callie Cleavage is not the $2 whore.
Samuel Pancake member for 15 months today. Loud One, $5. We crashing the bus, I guess, because I'm going to the woodshed for Gen X Mom's birthday. Hold on, people.
Where's
it's
that
about
fucker?
to get rough
I
because
swear
if
to Christ,
I go, we all go.
If I find his name on there, Loud One, you're gone. I will ban you for a month, man.
Nana
Where is he?
A, member for 19 months. Please welcome my 4th great grandbaby, little
Good
Mr.
Lord.
Wyatt, born this last Monday. Congratulations. That's
Welcome
sweet.
to the world. There's Loud One. And Loud One is now in a timeout.
Kelly Dix on Facebook. You didn't use my name. Ha 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 ha. Talking about the AI pictures.
I got to write that down. Kelly Dix. I got. Oh my God.
Gosh. Ace Maduro, $10. Don't worry about bringing food to the woodshed, Mama X. I ordered lots of pizza because I think I'm going to be in here for a while. Why? Here's more for Mama X's birthday
Who
fund.
did that? Ace did it again?
Yes, he did.
You know, Ace, you're out for the rest of the program. If I find your name, I swear to Christ Almighty, you're in the woodshed. I will put you in the woodshed for the rest of the goddamn night.
Wow.
If I can't find it. If his name pops up one more fucking time. All right, so
let me see if there's one more. So Rob on Facebook has a question. Can you give your opinion on the funny guy running Canada? He makes us all in the U.S. look like rock stars.
Yeah, Trudeau's a complete millennial dumb shit. When they vote him out, which they will at some point, they have a lot of things to repair, a lot of things to correct, a lot of things to swing back the other way. And they're taking note down here on some of the things that are improving with us. The pendulum is swinging back the other way in this country so fast and so hard. Nobody gives a shit about the woke movement anymore. Nobody gives a shit about Black Lives Matter because every life matters. That's why. That's why it matters. Every life matters. All of those things that were really just propaganda and stuff that was put to the front of the line years ago is gone. Nobody gives a shit anymore. It's actually starting to feel more like the 90s, you know, when gay and lesbian and trans people are like, so what? Just welcome your normal life. Good. You do your stuff. We'll do ours. They're not pushing it on kids as much anymore. They're not making them do things. They're not hiding stuff from the parents. They're now enacting laws to protect the parents all over. It's not done yet. It's still a fight that needs to be fought, but the pendulum's swinging back where everybody's not so scared to say stuff. You know who started that was the comics. The comedians, as they close, if that pendulum could have swung far enough and shut comedians up, if they could have closed them down and said, "You're out, you're not doing this," with Rogan and Chappelle and others, they tried so hard. That was the last holdout for this country was comedy. That was the last holdout where you could tease and make fun of and just goof around with anybody, whether you're fat or whether you're gay. It didn't matter. It was just a joke. And they wanted because if they'd have got that, then we'd have been sealed. And all of the whole industry fought back and pushed back and ultimately won. And then things loosened up everywhere. But boy, I'll tell you, they held on tight. The comics, they held on, and the stuff you heard, the interviews and articles, and they're like, I'm not backing down. I'm not stopping. I'm not giving in. Some did, some didn't. But the ones that didn't, they're the heroes. They saved the whole thing for the rest of us, and now it's crumbling. It's all crumbling away. The pendulum is swinging back. We just got to keep working, keep pushing, keep going that way. The ridiculousness is getting less and less every month. Canada's going to have to follow suit at some point. We're pushing hard the other direction. Thank God Trump will get back in office. Hopefully, Republicans can retain the House with a bigger majority. I don't know about the Senate, but things are going to move the right way. Trump can use executive orders just the same way Biden did and turn things around, and the pendulum will keep swinging. I love it. I love the way it's going. All right. Is there anything else between the sheets before we go?
Yes, the
Go
Disney
ahead.
Kid. Is Shannon the $2 garden tool?
Shannon Brigode is not the $2 whore.
Sean MacArthur, General, here is some stars for the Hooch Fund, showing respect, 90 stars.
There we go. Thanks, my man.
Taz Metal member for 9 months. I'm glad people are starting to push back. And
Yeah, it's been a big thing for about a year and a half now, but the pendulum's really swinging now. Look at all the stuff you don't hear about anymore. Just keep that in your mouth. What don't you hear about that we did hear about? What can you say now that you used to be afraid to say? You think about that and keep pushing. Keep going.
I'm done.
You are?
Yeah, we're done with the sheets.
Okay, well, then it's about time to go. We got to unwind. We got to do some stuff. The podcast will drop tonight at midnight. Tomorrow we'll do a world show. We'll do some political stuff. We'll get into some of the things facing the planet, 10 a.m. Los Angeles time. We'll do some stuff with that. But for right now, everybody just take your last drink. I'd raise it with you, but I don't have anything but refrigerated Hawaiian water, I think, is all I've got left. And the only people who know what that joke is if you were part of this channel 2.5, 3 years ago, because that joke ran its course, but it was sure fun for a long time. Nobody knows what I mean, but if you do back then, you even have the visual. Thank you guys for tuning in. You said there's nothing else between the sheets?
Nope.
All you got to do is say goodnight, Gracie.
Good night, Gracie.
And we're out of here. We're off like a dirty...
Who's the hoe? Are you not telling?
Do you want me to?
I don't know. Everybody's asking.
Mary Mathis is the $2 whore.
She was.
She was a $2 hoe. She's on YouTube. She's on Facebook. And she's often in these shows as a $2 whore. I got in trouble. Speaking of Mary Mathis, as husbands, we don't always have the right answers for things. Now, Mary's on her way up here. She's going to come up tomorrow. She's going to be here for the weekend. She's stayed at our house many times before. She's been a friend since high school, and she's a big part of Gen X Talks, and she's going to help us do stuff around here. She's coming in a day early to help finish getting cleaned up and organized, which we do need help with. But I guess my wife and her were texting, and Mary, the $2 whore, said, can I bring anything up there? Is there something you guys need? Ask the general if there's anything he wants me to grab and bring up there. And so, of course, my wife asked me, and off the cuff, I said, well, if she has any hand jobs laying around, she could bring 1 or 2 of those. Apparently, that was the wrong thing to say. I don't know what's going on. When you ask a question, you're going to get an answer, but the look I got told me that I might have misplaced my comedic timing at that moment. Anyway, so that's it. We're out of here. We got to go. We're off like a dirty shirt. That means it's time to make like a baby and head out. I'm not sure where you're listening in from around the planet, AM, FM, Sirius XM, or perhaps you turned in on the Armed Service Radio Network. Remember 2 things. Wherever you go, there you are. And I'll catch you guys. Sorry, where? I'll catch you guys on the flip side. All right.